Today we're going to make some collage drawings. The first thing you always do is put your name and class on the back of your paper. And then from the Collage Center, you'll need to grab a magazine. Start with one for now, so there's enough for other people. And you're going to look through the magazine and try to find some things that interest you. I decided I really liked these flowers, so I am going to cut out one of the flowers. So what I can do to start with is a bubble cut. Bubble cut just means I'm cutting around the shape and not cutting perfectly. Then I can give this magazine to someone else at my table. Now I'm going to cut more carefully around the edges. It's okay if it's not perfect, but we're going to try and cut out the background so that we can draw our own stuff in the background. So I'm going to start thinking about what it is I want to do with this flower. And I'm going to finish cutting this out. So I've got my flower cut out. I'm going to make sure my scraps end up in the garbage. I'll set them aside for now. And I have to decide where on my paper I want to put this. I'm going to put it off to the side so I have lots of room to do other things here. You can use a glue stick for this. Take the lid off, twist it up just a little bit. Add glue, press that down. I found one other flower I like. So I also wanted to remind you how to use the glue sponge. We can pull the lid off. You can use one of these per table. And then whatever object, it's got to be small enough to fit inside here. So if it's bigger than this container, use the glue stick. And you just gently press it on the sponge, and that will put some glue on your paper. And then you press that on to your paper. Sponges stay inside the container. When you're done using the container, we put the lid back on so it does not dry out. When we're done using our glue sticks, we twist it back down, put the lid on so it does not dry out. Next thing you have to do is decide what drawing you want to add to your collage. Maybe I'm going to make mine in a garden and I want to make some stems, some leaves. This is my imagination, so I can make this garden look any way I want to. I'm going to start in pencil, then I can add in some more materials later. So I'm going to go ahead and keep adding some more details. I think I might add some animals, some insects, maybe the weather too. So I've got a general outline of a hand going to pick that flower and a butterfly, and I'm going to add some things to the background. If I wanted to outline any of my items, I can grab a black color pencil to do that. I did this in pencil first so that I could erase any mistakes in case I didn't like them. So if you feel like outlining, black color pencil can be used for that. We're going to go slowly, press down. If you need to sharpen your color pencils, the little sharpeners are at your table. And when this fills up, just take it to the trash and dump it out. So color pencil is a great choice for small details. I'm going to use some crayon for the background. I've got a couple peeled crayons in here. So I'm going to turn these on their side. I decided to make a purple sky. I thought it would look really cool with my yellow flower. I might try mixing some of these different colors together, maybe adding in some darker purple. I mixed a little bit of black crayon on top, so it's going to give it some cool textures. So I'm going to go ahead and keep adding some color to these things. I'm going to try mixing some different crayon colors together to make new colors. So I'm using green first and then yellow. So my green and yellow will mix together. I also outline this first. If you want to try outlining with one color and making it a different color, that's another thing you can try. You can try coloring with lines and textures. So that makes a really cool smeary line look when I do that. So I'm being really purposeful with my lines and I'm coloring in different directions because it gives it really cool texture. I might press down a little harder, press lighter, and that will change how dark and how light my colors are. Mrs. Hayes is going to keep adding on to this. So I want you to think about what items you might add to make a collage mixed with drawing an original work of art. Make sure we're trying some different coloring techniques, some of the ones that I've shown you, and be original with your outcome. Make sure name and class goes on the back. And these will need to go in the drying rack if you have a lot of glue. Otherwise, at the end of class, if this area is dry, they can go in your class box. When it's time to clean up, we're going to sort all of our drawing materials back where they belong. We're going to make sure the boxes get closed. We're going to empty pencil sharpeners if we need to, return pencils and erasers to the box. This got a lot of garbage in it, so we'd want to clean that out. Glue sponges, glue sticks, make sure the lids are back on them, and we are going to return these things to the proper center. So drawing supplies back here, the pictures on the box, match them to the pictures on the shelves. And then in the collage center, so items go back over here. Magazines, if you're done using them, they can go back in the magazine box. If your magazine's super duper cut up and not a lot of pages left, then you can throw that in the garbage. Glue sponges, glue sticks. I have extra caps in case you lose your glue stick cap. Scissors, hole punch, silly scissors go back where they belong. If you use any little colorful papers, that's fine too. Just make sure any little itty bitty crumpled up or glue papers go in the garbage. Any colors that you are done with that someone else could use, you can sort them back into the drawer so they can be used by another student. Thank you for taking care of the art room.